Akomena held perfectly still, watching the group enter the glade. They were 2 elves at the lead, then a human woman with a sword at her hip, followed by another woman of an entirely different sort. Skin red as a flower petal, and horns sprouting from her head. The 4 fleshened ones picked their way through pine, oak, and alder. The track ends here. The frontmost elf crouched down. I don't understand. It seems they just disappeared.
Could someone have pulled them up into the trees?
The human glanced upwards. Her hand went to her sword hilt, as though expecting some attacker from above. I see no indication of that, replied the crouching elf. Besides, my brethren would fare well among the boughs. The other elf traced the area with his eyes. His gaze passed over Akomena, not recognizing the Arborean as anything other than brush and thicket. Then something caught his attention, and he stepped up to a sycamore sapling. Does anyone else think this looks like a face? He pointed at a few knobs in the sapling's trunk. The horned woman grinned.
Anything can look like a face if you stare at it long enough.
Her voice had a forced sweetness to it, saccharine and mocking all at once. I see it too. The crouched elf stood, furrowing his brow. Something is wrong here.
Oh, you're making me jumpy.
The human drew her sword. Her eyes shot this way and that. Then came the voice of Ekfon, a fellow Arborean who stood a stone's throw away from Akomena.
Your friends have gone nowhere. They are right here, in your midst. Now it is time that you join them.
Who said that? Shouted one of the elves, clutching his staff.
Ooh, the trees are talking.
The tail of the red woman swished, and she lifted a rod carven with runes.
The age of flesh is coming to a close.
Ekfon's proclamation rang throughout the glade. The 2 elves went to each other's side. The one bearing the staff shouted out. We are druids of the Wintermoon Circle, guardians of this forest. We have not come here to do any harm. We only seek our lost friends. A third Arborean spoke up.
You are just as lost as your friends were. The druids once lived in accord with the forest, but those days are long gone. Look now, you keep company with a sellsword and a devil.
Before the elves could react, 6 Arboreans lifted their woody arms. Vines and roots and weeds grasped up from the ground, seizing upon the elves, the human, and the red woman. Akomena focused his attention on her. She evoked a blast of fire that burned through a swath of the encroaching undergrowth, and she leapt to a clear patch of ground. As she landed, Akomena completed his spell. The horned lady's skin became like bark, and her limbs locked up.
What in the hell is this?
She cursed.
Hell is what I am saving you from,
said Akomena, slipping effortlessly through the brambles to the cover of a nearby oak. The horns on the woman's head expanded into twigs, then leafy branches. Her feet became roots, planting into the moist earth. Her petulant face twisted into nothing more than knobs on a tree trunk.